What's up, guys? I'm here today. We're back with another banger. We're going to be reacting to 7 facts about Montserrat, the place where I was raised, my little brother was raised, and my sister. So let's get straight into this. Everyone that watching this video is going to be waiting to see this because I talk about Montserrat in school, but I don't really show any videos about Montserrat. Let's get straight into this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Montserrat, yes.
Hi, welcome to 7 Facts, the channel where you get to watch a video about every single country on Earth. In today's video, we're going to talk about Montserrat, but do remember that there's a playlist containing all the British territories, so be sure to check that out too. Also, please remember to subscribe if you wish to see the 2 new videos I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. First, let's clarify one thing. This video is not about the mountain called Montserrat, which is in Catalonia, Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
We are talking about the Caribbean island Montserrat, which is a British overseas territory. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can start the video. Montserrat is one of the countless small islands that make up the former British West Indies in the Caribbean region. It measures only 11 kilometers in width and 16 kilometers in length, so it's not exactly a big place. If you've ever wondered which of the Caribbean islands is the Emerald Island, this is it. It's called as such because of its shape that roughly resembles the shape of Ireland,
That's
and
correct.
because of the Irish ancestry of many of its inhabitants. When Christopher Columbus was sailing in the region in 1493, he passed Montserrat after being told that the island was unoccupied due to the repeated raids by the fearsome Caribs. Montserrat remained largely unoccupied until the 1630s when a wave of Irishmen settled the island. Due to the historical affiliation of Ireland
That's
with France,
a
the settlers actually invited the French to claim Montserrat. However, no troops were ever sent by France to maintain control, so shortly afterward the English captured it and gained control over it. In 1667, despite the seizing by force of Montserrat, the English confirmed their claim by declaring it a colony acquired by settlement. On July 18, 1995, the previously dormant Soufriere Hills volcano in the southern part of the island suddenly became active. The eruptions that followed destroyed Montserrat's Georgian-era capital city of Plymouth. Between 1995 and 2000, two-thirds of the island's population was forced to flee, primarily to the United Kingdom, leaving fewer than 1,200 people by 1997. To this day, the volcanic activity still continues, mostly affecting the vicinity of Plymouth, including its docking facilities and the eastern side of the island around the former airport, the remnants of which were buried by flows from volcanic activity. So as I said, Plymouth, the capital city, was destroyed by the ongoing volcanic activities. Constructed on historical lava deposits near the then inactive Soufriere Hills volcano, the town was evacuated when the volcano resumed erupting in 1995. Plymouth was abandoned permanently in 1997 after it was burned and mostly buried by a series of pyroclastic flows.
Yes.
For centuries, it had been the only port of entry to the island, but those days are over now. Plymouth is still the de jure capital city of Montserrat, making it the only ghost town that serves as the capital of a political territory. A new town and port are being developed at Little Bay, which is on the northwest coast of the island. While this construction proceeds, the center of government and business is at Braid. Contrary to what you expect from a Caribbean island,
this thing that you don't know about Montserrat. If you go to a beach in a different kind of island, it's like the sand is like yellowish and so on. But our sand is like grey. It's because the volcano made the sand grey. So and there's only one place where you can find yellow sand. It's on the other side of Montserrat. But you have to go by boat. That's the thing that people like don't understand about Montserrat because it's very different than other islands in the Caribbean.
Montserrat actually has few beaches due to its narrow coastal plain. With
Yeah.
one exception at Rendezvous Bay, most of the beaches that do exist have mainly gray or brown sand because
Yep.
of their volcanic origins. But don't worry, it's just as soft and comfortable as any other beach. If you're into snorkeling and diving, there are coral reefs and an abundant marine ecosystem for you to enjoy. If you prefer to remain on land, keep in mind that only one-fifth of the island is still forested. Most of the lush vegetation that once covered Montserrat was destroyed in the eruptions. While you're visiting, be careful not to wander into the restricted areas where the volcanic activity can.
That is true. Do not wander in the restriction areas because that's one thing you should not do. If you take one touch in the restricted areas, you might fall into somewhere that you're not gonna realize. Like I see some people when I was like back in Montreal like 4 or 5 years ago, and I see people running around the beach by there. Like I always feel uncomfortable while people is there all the time. So that's why I'm thinking why people are there, or people walking around the beach with a dog, it's not really safe.
Still endanger your life. So as you can see, Soufriere Hills majorly affected the island. Montserrat's bad luck actually began in 1989, when the devastating Hurricane Hugo practically leveled the settlements. Just a few years later, when Soufriere Hills erupted, the local economy virtually collapsed, especially when Plymouth, the main commercial center, was permanently abandoned. Since then, Montserrat has relied heavily on British and Canadian aid to build a new infrastructure and even provide basic services. Add to this the fact that most of the island's agricultural land was destroyed or made inaccessible by the eruption, and you'll understand just how unfortunate this small nation is. Despite this, the local population did recover, and today about 5,000 people once again call Montserrat their home. Before the island's series of unfortunate events, Montserrat used to be home to one of the greatest record companies, Air Studio. Founded by Beatles producer George Martin.
There's one thing you don't know about Montserrat. Montserrat is where famous people live where they don't know where you're gonna go. So the Beatles for a long time ago used to do their music here in the studio. This studio here. Montserrat is famous for like music producers that come down here.
In 1965, the studio opened its doors in Montserrat in the mid 70s. Huge names like Elton John, Jimmy Buffett, Dire Straits, Paul McCartney, The Police, The Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath, Duran Duran, and many, many others recorded many of their albums on this small Caribbean island. After Hurricane Hugo devastated the island in 1989, the studio was severely damaged and thus forced to close. The buildings are still standing though, but just barely, so I wouldn't venture inside if I were you. And there you have it.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you want to see more videos where I was raised as a child, can we get about let's just say 5 likes? I'm gonna do another one, but this time we're not doing back in the past. We're doing now in the future. So see you in the next video. Peace.